Injuries are rising in baseball, and specifically pitching injuries.
It's a partially torn UCL and a flexor tendon strain that's going to send him to the 10-day injured list.
Pitchers need to teach themselves how to pitch, not throw, and the Dodgers started out with one of the best rotations in baseball last year. It quickly fell down into a horde of nothing. They were already without one of their best pitchers, Walker Buehler, who was out for all of 2023. But as the year went along, things got worse, much worse.
The Dodgers are without one of their star players after Julio Urias was arrested on suspicion of domestic violence.
This was Julio Urias' second offense with domestic violence. This time, it was a physical altercation with his wife in public. He was arguably their best pitcher, but this will likely go down as the thing that ends his Dodgers career. To go along with that, the 29-year-old superstar Tony Gonsolin suffered an injury, and he had to get Tommy John because of it. They were now without Gonsolin, Urias, and Buehler. It couldn't get any worse for the Dodgers, correct? That's what you think until you realize that Clayton Kershaw suffered an injury and the longtime Dodger had to get shoulder surgery. They lost every elite starting pitcher that they had in one singular season. They won 100 games in 2023, but it all fell apart in the end. The pitching staff just needed so much work. We knew that in free agency that they were going to be going after pitching, and that's exactly what they did. They signed Shohei Ohtani to a 10-year contract worth $700 million. I think it is a great signing when you look at how good of a player that Shohei is with his bat, but I also think that it's a pretty risky signing. He's good when he does pitch, but he struggled with injuries in recent seasons. Back in 2017, Ohtani had to get Tommy John. Most pitchers struggle to ever be the same after they get Tommy John. It's the worst pitcher injury, period. There's just nothing worse than that, but Ohtani didn't just get it once because he just had UCL surgery this season. He is not going to be pitching in 2024, and this is a problem. The Dodgers spent so much money on him, but they are not going to have him pitch at all next year. I really do worry for the future because I'm just not sure that Ohtani's arm is going to be able to handle being a two-way player for much longer. It's sad to say, but I also think it might be the unfortunate reality. Now, the Dodgers obviously didn't want to just neglect their rotation. They have players ready for next year like Bobby Miller and Gavin Stone, but two players do not make a rotation, and the Dodgers know that. Last night, we saw LA make a big trade for starting pitcher Tyler Glasnow. Tyler has been on the Rays since 2018. He was of course traded there from the Pittsburgh Pirates, and here's the deal. He was supposed to be really good, and every time he stepped onto the mound, he was really good. But there was always something, and it was always injuries. He has never had a fully healthy season where he's gone above 100 innings outside of this season. So right now, he's at his very tippy-top trade value, and that's what the Dodgers had to give up for him. He was great this year for the Rays, and he had a 3.53 ERA, a matter of fact. He's a top-of-the-line starter for the Dodgers now, but they had to give up a lot in this trade to actually get him. They traded starter Ryan Pepiot. Pepiot is a 26-year-old, and he looks really good. The Rays wanted him because he has multiple years left under team control, and the guy has a lot of talent. Now, I understand why the Dodgers actually traded for Glasnow, right? They needed a top starter like Tyler, but I also think that there is a big worry that not enough people are actually talking about, and his health is that worry. One healthy season in the big leagues is not enough to be the guy in the rotation. And here's what you have to remember. They traded for Tyler because they have injuries in the rotation, right? They have no Gonsolin, they have no Urias, they have so many different pitching injuries, and that's exactly why they traded for him. And because of that, they have to go ahead and rely on a guy who is injury-ridden to be the guy who fixes their injury problems. I just don't think that it's actually going to happen. One healthy season is just simply not enough. Will the Dodgers actually get 100 innings out of him? I don't know. Again, he's a good player. I get why they did it, but I'm just not sure how it's actually going to be shaping up in 2024. But it isn't just 2024 that Tyler's going to be a Dodger for, because he signed an extension with LA for 4 more years. And I think that this is a really risky and a bold move by LA, and I'm not sure how to feel about it, right? Your rotation is already filled with uncertainty and injuries. Why add another player to the mix of Tommy John surgery-filled pitchers? I feel like if LA wanted a starter, you could have definitely traded, but why Glasnow? Why not make a move for a guy like Dylan Cease, a guy who has shown to have that reliability as far as innings go and the health goes that LA needed? The good thing for the Dodgers is that they are nowhere close to being finished. I mean, they're sending everything that they can right now to go and get Yoshinobu Yamamoto. He's going to be getting a mega contract that breaks multiple different records. Some are saying he's going to be getting anywhere from 8 to 10 years in his contract. That's a long time to commit to a pitcher, and especially one who has never thrown a big league pitch. I think Yamamoto is going to be good, don't get me wrong, but 8 to 10 years? That is a long time. Either way, though, he's going to be good, but the good thing is that the Dodgers are fully committed to signing him. I mean, they went all in with the meeting with Yamamoto. They had Shohei Ohtani, Freddie Freeman, and Mookie Betts all there at that meeting to recruit him to sign with LA. And to be honest, if I'm Yamamoto, how are you just not going to go there? How do you decline that? I would no doubt about it go there. It's the place where the fans would love him, and he would win a lot of baseball games. He would also get a lot of popularity for how big of a market that it is, and he would be able to make that Shohei Ohtani type endorsement money off of it. The Dodgers are currently showing the entire world right now how to run a big league team correctly and how to actually care, how to spend money, and how you can win. They've had one World Series in the last 10 years, but this is them saying that they will be back and that they plan on winning a few rings with Shohei Ohtani. And in the Shohei Ohtani meeting, they actually pretty much just told him, hey, the last 10 years have not been good enough. We need you. We've only won one World Series. We're always in the playoffs, blah, blah, blah. Shohei Ohtani pretty much said that this meant that there is a winning mindset in LA, and this is really what intrigued him to come here. So he ended up, of course, making that signing. He also said that with the Angels, that the stadium was always 50-50 with Dodgers fans and Angels fans. He knew that fans wanted to see him there, and he actually wanted to see himself there. He said it was a high school dream to be there. The potential is there with this team, but uncertainty is literally the entire Dodgers rotation right now. Glasnow is big, don't get me wrong. I think that Glasnow is a very talented pitcher. He'll help them win, but if they get Yamamoto, they'll be even better. The rotation will be on paper elite, but we need to be a bit conservative when talking about this 2024 Dodgers team. I want to be optimistic and say that they will win a lot next year, but first things first, sign Yamamoto, sign a big name pitcher, and then we will start talking. Even if they miss out on Yamamoto, I could see them making another big trade. They're clearly not afraid to dump the farm system right now just to win games, and 2024 seems to be the year that you can win a lot of games. Being a prospect hugger is a losing mentality, and the Dodgers are very clearly not prospect huggers at all. But recognizing that talent is needed, and that you can get better by trading away prospects, that is exactly how you win. The Dodgers will win the division next year. I at least do believe that, but it's going to take a lot, right? They're going to need guys like Tyler Glasnow to remain healthy, but we'll see what happens. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed. Subscribe if you haven't already, and peace out.